Okay, so it's that time of year again. New year, new financial resolutions. We're all thinking about saving more, right? But have you ever stopped to think about where all that money actually goes? Not just your money, but the savings of the entire country. Let's dig in. We all have these goals, put a little something away each month. But what happens after that? Where does that money end up? Well, when you look at the big picture for a country like India, the answer might just surprise you. I mean, it's no secret that India's economy is on a roll. And because of that, people are saving more than ever before. This is a huge deal. We're talking about a massive shift in national wealth. The real question is, how is all that new wealth being put to work? So let's just cut right to the chase. I want you to think about this. For every single 100 rupee note that an Indian household saves, how many of those rupees do you think are invested directly into the stock market? Go on, take a guess.
2. That's it. Just 2 rupees.
And listen, this isn't just some random guess. This number comes straight from the Reserve Bank of India's data for fiscal year 2025. And it tells us a fascinating story about where the vast majority of our savings are really going. Just take a look at this breakdown. It's pretty eye-opening. A whopping 32 rupees go straight into bank deposits. Another 22 into provident funds and pensions. I mean, that's more than half of all savings right there in just 2 buckets. You can see mutual funds at 13 rupees are way more popular than direct stocks. So this really sets up the big question we're going to explore. If only a tiny fraction is going into stocks, where on earth is the other 98 rupees going? And maybe more importantly, why? Well, it pretty much all boils down to a single, powerful principle that guides how people in India think about their money, a deep, deep preference for safety before growth. So what do we mean by a safety-first approach? Well, think of it this way. It's about choosing financial tools that give you stability and peace of mind, even if it means you might miss out on those huge, high-risk, high-reward payoffs. And you can really see the 2 different worlds here. On one side, you've got your safety net, bank deposits, pension funds, insurance. They're predictable, they're secure. And on the other side, you've got the growth engines, mutual funds and direct shares. They could give you much bigger returns, but yeah, they also come with a lot more risk. Now, it's really important to get this straight. This isn't about people investing the wrong way. Not at all. It's about a powerful cultural and financial preference. For millions of people in India, building a secure foundation comes first. Growth is something you think about only after that foundation is rock solid. And the scale we're talking about here is, well, it's just mind-boggling. In just one fiscal year, FY25, Indians put 12.5 lakh crore rupees, that's 12.5 trillion, into bank deposits, almost 8 trillion into retirement funds, and over 5 trillion into life insurance. This is way beyond a simple preference. This is the bedrock of the nation's financial system. But wait, the story doesn't stop there. Because while that foundation of safety is as strong as ever, a new trend is quietly starting to take shape, and it could completely change the future of investing in India. So that preference for safety isn't going anywhere, but there's a new layer being built on top of it. People's habits are starting to evolve, and when you look at the numbers, they tell a pretty amazing story. Just check out this growth over the last 5 years. It's absolutely wild. Investment in mutual funds has gone through the roof. It's up by more than 6 times. And even direct stock investments have nearly tripled. This is a huge signal that something big is happening. So what does all this really tell us? It shows that Indians are definitely looking for growth now, but they want to do it smartly, with some, let's call them guardrails. Mutual funds are becoming that perfect bridge, a way to get into the market with a professional watching your back. And direct stocks? They're still a small slice of the pie, but it's a slice that's getting bigger every year. And what all of this is leading to is the rise of a completely new kind of investor in India, one who is a lot more thoughtful and sophisticated about how they build their wealth. I think this quote just nails it. We aren't seeing people suddenly become these all-in, reckless risk takers. What we're seeing is the rise of the step-by-step learning investor. You can almost map out the journey this new investor takes. It's a really clear, logical path. First, you build that strong foundation with safe, stable stuff. Then you start to learn the ropes of the market through the managed world of mutual funds. And only then, once you've got that knowledge and confidence, do you start to carefully dip your toes into direct stocks.
And, that's really the big lesson here, isn't it? This is how real, lasting wealth is actually built. Not by chasing some risky overnight jackpot, but through a patient, smart process built on a foundation of understanding.
Which leaves us with one last pretty big thought. Could this careful, step-by-step approach to building personal wealth actually be a mirror of India's entire economic journey? A nation building its future not on quick fixes, but on a foundation of slow, steady, and sustainable growth. A quiet, but absolutely unstoppable economic force